Hi, everybody. It's Daniel back for another episode of Vaughan is Local. And today I'm happy to be with Rob from CIAO ROMA Pizzeria. Thanks for joining me today.
No problem, Dan. My pleasure.
Awesome.
Thanks for having me.
Oh no, we're just happy to talk to people who are up and running and providing some service when nobody knows where they can still go. So it's awesome. So why don't you, before we get talking about how things have been, why don't you tell us a bit about what you do, what your place is all about, and what we can expect to find there.
All right. So we're an authentic Roman-style pizzeria. We sell pizza by weight. So you would come in and we have a big display of pizza with all different types. And you would choose however big of a slice you want from whatever pizza you want. And then we cut it, we weigh it, warm it up, or you can take it home and warm it up later on at night. You get a lot of flexibility when you come to CIAO ROMA.
Nice.
The thing that separates us, aside from the different service style, is also our crust. So everyone that comes here, as soon as they try our pizza, right away they feel it and taste the difference because it's a very light, airy crust. It's a little bit thicker than your standard like Neapolitan style pizza. Mm-hmm. But then once you bite into it, it's so light and crunchy. It's unlike any other pizza that we have here in Toronto, and that was one of the driving factors behind me wanting to start this business in the first place, because I was always eating this pizza every time I would go back to Italy because I have family there. I go every year, and then one day I just decided, you know what, I'm going to try and bring it back here. And 10 years later, and now we're going through COVID.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, from one thing to another, but yeah. That's awesome. So you've been open for 10 years then since you started it up?
9 years actually. It was 10 years since I was in Italy, and 9 years that we've been open. Yeah.
Right on. So are you one of, or the only one in the GTA right now where people can get the authentic Roman style, or this type of crust at least?
Yeah, we're the only ones that do this style of service and this kind of crust. So we've had lots of like the big guys, all these famous, chefs that have come out to try our pizza. We've had the directors of the largest like supermarkets from Loblaws and Sobeys. They've all come here. We've had the guys from Pizza Nova. We've had everyone come out and try our dough, try our pizza. And none of them get the recipe.
That's what I was gonna say. Are they trying to like break it down, take it back, and then do all sorts of tests on it to figure it out? Or
they can try, but I don't know if they'll succeed.
That's right. No one will figure. So is this a family recipe, or is this just something you learned when you were over there, or?
It's a recipe that I busted chops for a few days at this one pizzeria that I found in Italy. That I walked in and blew my mind how good it was. I spent 2 months basically going around all of Rome, trying every single pizzeria I could find, until one miraculous day I walked into this place and I just saw the pizza and I was like, oh my God, this has to be the place. This has to be it. And then I ordered a bunch of different slices, and once I tried it, I was like, oh my God. I've eaten pizza all over the world. It's one of my favorite food items. Whenever I go somewhere, I always got to find the best pizza spot and the best burger spot. So I've eaten those two items in 28 countries. Wow. And this was bar none the best. So I just kept going back until
the best country too. The best pizza in the best country to find it. So
well, I mean, it's only fitting, right? It should be that there's the best pizza.
So was the trip like a pizza quest when you went there, or this is just something that happened? Oh, so you were there on a mission, like a treasure hunt.
I was on a mission, and it was literally like I ran out of spots to try, and I was pretty much about to give up. I'd been eating at multiple pizzerias every day for 2 months, basically.
Wow.
Which sounds amazing, but there's a lot of crap pizza
as
well as good pizza, because a lot of places are just tourist spots, just turn and burn. They don't really care what they're pumping out.
Yeah.
But so I was almost at the end of my, I was losing the hope that I was going to find a dough, because I said, if I don't find something that I think is arguably the best pizza in Toronto and GTA, then I'm not going to do it. I mean, the restaurant industry it's probably the most competitive industry you can be in.
For sure.
And if you don't have something special or unique, you're starting at a huge disadvantage. Mm-hmm. Even if you have something special and unique.
Yeah, that's just step one.
That's just one step.
Yeah. Wow. So was it you saw it and you knew, or did you taste it and you knew, or like what drew you to it when you like? Is there something about the way it looks that's different, or is it just the way that it kind of that when you bite into it?
Yeah, it's so this style of pizza, if done properly, they say that the first thing the person eats with is their eyes when they walk in because it's a big display of pizza.
Hmm.
If it doesn't look good, automatically you already have like a negative feeling towards it when you try it, you're already thinking, yeah, it doesn't really look that good. But
Right.
when you walk in and you see beautiful pizzas with beautiful fresh toppings, combinations that people aren't used to, you see the pizza and you're like, holy crap, this pizza looks like it's gonna be amazing. So already before you eat it, you're already thinking this pizza's gotta be good. And then when you eat it and it is good, it's like 10 times as better.
Well, you're giving me an
Good. Sorry.
extra. I got an extra step because now I'm just hearing about it. I haven't even seen it yet, and already I think it's good. So next I'm gonna see it, then I'm gonna eat it. So
There
that's
you go.
that's awesome. So are I guess part of it then the ingredients? Is it just the composition of like different amounts of the same sorts of ingredients, or you can't give me the recipe? I'm not gonna get it out of you, but like, is
Well,
it
so I always say that anyone can put toppings onto a pizza. We can all put the exact same toppings on a pizza. What'll separate mine from yours? And it all comes down to the dough. The dough is what makes a pizza. People argue, oh, the sauce is what makes a pizza, or the cheese is what makes a pizza. Well, no, because I can go get the same tomatoes that you use, the same cheese that you use, and I
Mhm.
can put on my pizza. There's no difference there. But everyone's dough is unique. That's what makes you different. That's what sets you apart. Ours takes 4 days from start to finish to make our dough. So it's a very long proprietary process that we put our dough through, which yields that very easily digestible pizza. So like we have a lot of clients that have gluten sensitivities.
Right?
Now,
My
if you're a celiac, that's a whole different ballgame because you literally have like an allergic reaction to gluten. But even if you have gluten sensitivities, we actually have a doctor that says that she recommends our pizza to people that have sensitivities because they go in there saying, I just want to eat like pizza or pasta and I can't. So she actually tells her customers, if her clients, if you want to try a dough that will probably not give you a bad reaction, go to CIAO ROMA because the dough once it's cooked, there's very little active sugars or yeast left in our dough because of the process we put it through, which means that when you eat it, it's very light on the system. So
Mhm.
when you come out to try our pizza, you're gonna notice that you're gonna eat like 2, 3 slices, and you're not gonna feel bloated. You're not gonna feel like after you eat, the Neapolitan style that you're like, oh my god, like oh, I feel kind of gross now because it's so heavy on your system. You want to be full, but you want to feel good after you eat a
Right,
pizza.
exactly. Yeah, that's. I mean, my wife has celiac, so it's gonna be me coming and eating with my kids. That's okay.
Yeah,
she'll
yeah, for
be
sure.
jealous. She'll be jealous. It's okay. Uh,
Definitely.
so with COVID, I'd like let's all just say we're on the other end of the hill right now. I mean, let's
Yeah,
assume
so
things are good ahead. How did things go when it first hit, and how are you dealing with it now and looking forward to what might be in the future?
well, when it first started happening and they first started shutting everything down, it was kind of scary because as a business owner, the last thing you want to do is cut off your revenue supply
Right.
because you still have costs and you still have to survive. And at that point, there was no programs in place for people who were self-employed or business owners. So as a business owner, if I'm not doing any sales, I don't get EI. I don't qualify for any of those things. So, there's a lot of factors that go into, your rent and everything. Like, how am I supposed to pay for this stuff if I got to shut down? So thankfully, because we're a takeout spot, we were able to stay open. But immediately you go into like, oh my God, I go into safety mode, right? I have to, save as much as I can. So right away we had to, lay off everybody because we saw the, sales drop 15% in March and 30% in April. So, I mean, when you're talking about that kind of decline in sales, the first thing that you got to do is you got to cut back on labor like every other business did. Every single owner I spoke to, what'd you do? Yeah, we laid off everyone.
Hmm.
So we went down right to like bare bones staff. It was myself and two other employees, and or one person that was just volunteering. And for 3 months we ran just three of us on off like rotating shifts. So everyone kind of got, a day off. We were on basically 3 on, 1 off, 2 on, 1 off. We kind of, worked out a schedule like that. And we got through it, but hit May, our sales just went right back to normal, and we even got busier because by that point, the word had spread that we were one of the few places that were open.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when, everything's open, there's already only a percentage of places that people really like going to, right? Let's say like the top 15%. I like to think of ourselves as we're in the top 15% of people's, top choices. So when you cut off majority of the businesses, that percentage of places that people actually really love going to, it diminishes. Mm-hmm. So, and then the other thing too is that because everyone was at home, everyone's cooking all day, every day. And then eventually that novelty wore off, and people just wanted to not cook anymore. So you combine the fact of us being one of the few places that were open with people not wanting to cook anymore, and we had a really big influx of revenue, of sales and traffic, which is great.
Yeah, it's
anyone would want that problem.
Yeah.
But now you're doing the same sales that you were before, but with a fraction of the staff. It's a good problem, but it's a very difficult task because you're running your staff thin. There's only a couple of you. You're exhausted. You're stressed out, and you still want to give people the best service, the best product, consistency. So it became a pretty big challenge. But we made it through it, and now we're back to full staff, and business is good. We also we're on the Food Network on the TV show You Gotta Eat Here.
Awesome.
Which they filmed that like 5-6 years ago now, but they still constantly air it. So we also were on. They aired that a couple times in the beginning months of COVID, which also helps to bring awareness and bring people, the phone ringing, all day. Oh, are you guys open? Are you guys open? Oh, we saw you on TV. Are you open? So we had a couple of factors that really helped to keep us above water and drive a lot of business our way, which we're very grateful for that, because a lot of businesses, unfortunately, did not have those same benefits. And, it's very sad to see a lot of people that pour their blood, sweat, and tears into businesses, and you're operating for 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, and then you see everything you've worked hard for just kind of slip through your fingers.
That's it. It's completely out of your control. It's not because of anything you did. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, and there's nothing you can do about it. And so I really sympathize with those businesses and those people, because everyone gets hurt in that scenario. And like you said, there's nothing that they could have done about it. It was out of their hands. Mm-hmm. And for that, no, I don't want to get too political, but a lot of businesses went under, and they had no say in it. So if the government told me to shut down but didn't replace all of my revenue to cover all my expenses, I wouldn't feel too good about that. And that's the realistic fact of what happened.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's going to happen after the fact, when the dust settles, if there's going to be any reparation to these businesses that lost everything or not. I mean, I don't think it's fair, but it was a tough time for everyone. Everyone just kind of tried to do their best. The government did step up in a lot of ways to help a lot of businesses. But I think the restaurant business or the industry, the, nails and salon and hair industries and all these service-based industries that were forced to shut down, I think that we took the brunt of it. And I saw a lot of businesses open that, to me, there was no difference between, a mall being open with retail stores where you're servicing customer. If you're a customer and you come in to buy a jacket and I'm helping you as a customer service representative, we're right beside each other. We're face to face. So I didn't really see a difference between that or someone getting their nails done or getting their hair cut, And so I think that how things got reopened, a couple industries really took a hit that I didn't think was fair or necessary. Yeah. But, the main thing was to get cases down. So who am I to really judge, you know?
Well, that's the thing. I mean, it's so tough because everything in the environment was completely out of everyone's control, and then there's people tasked with making these decisions of who's okay and who's not okay. And
Yeah.
yeah, you're right. I mean, it's tough for us to say why and if it was the right call and who got what and all that. But you're right. People definitely were on the short end of the stick with it because when you're told you can't operate, what do you do, right? Like you've still.
Exactly.
So, I mean, that's why, I mean, it's awesome that you not only made it through, but are basically at or past, it's almost like, I don't want to say it's like nothing happened, but it seems like the trajectory you were on.
Well, I mean, we still took that hit in
Yeah.
April or March. That we'll never get that back, right? So we did feel it, alongside all other businesses. And, on the flip side, we, as only having 3 people on staff for 3 months, we took a beating. I mean, even if it wasn't, the sales didn't come back up to normal level, we're still working, 60, 70 plus hours a week, right? So that takes a toll on your body.
Yeah, that's it. Like people are, it's ironic that for the amount people generally have been home or whatever, as much as they have, or in one place for so long, it's taken a bigger toll than if things just hadn't changed at all. Even the people that are home with their kids since March, they're exhausted.
Oh, yeah.
And, it's like,
Yeah.
so it's one of those that, I mean, we really, I think as a community have pulled together in so many ways. Like that's why we're doing this. Okay. So I guess through all this, we still haven't talked about how people are going to find you if they haven't yet. Where do they go to find you? What are you offering right now? Like I'm guessing, is there any sit down there, or is it a patio, or can they take out, or what's the situation?
Yeah, so I mean, you can find our website crpizza.ca. You can find us on social media at CIAO ROMA Pizza on Instagram, Facebook. We're always posting pictures of pizza, and that's where we give you, our updates and whatnot. And we're located at 28 Roy Tech Road, which is just off of Weston Road, south of Langstaff. And as far as what we're offering our full menu. And we have, stuff in place to keep people safe. So normally we have about 25 seats, but because of our space restrictions, in order to serve people safely, we're offering 3 two-tops. So 6 people can sit and dine in, and then the rest of the space is reserved for people coming in, standing to order. And that's pretty much it.
Awesome. And so what are your hours like during the week?
So our hours, Sundays and Mondays, are 12 to 7 p.m. And then Tuesday to Saturday, it's 11 o'clock till 8 p.m. So still regular hours, closed on stat holidays, give the guys a break, self break.
Right on.
And, so we're trying to keep it. We didn't want to cut hours. We didn't want to close on days. And, a lot of business went to reduce hours and whatnot. But I mean, if we're going to be here, we're just going to be here. We want to keep, we want it to also be a place where people could turn to for a little bit of happiness during a very stressful time.
For sure.
And if our pizza can provide that, then, we want it to be that for people. And, it was pretty cool that a lot of people, when they would come in, especially in the early months, that they were, thanking us, saying, you know what, I just want to say thank you for staying open during this time. It's, a really tough time, and, your pizza is one of the few things that makes my kids happy at home because they're going crazy, or it's, a little slice of heaven for myself because I'm going to, if I don't get a little break from our day to day with all the kids and problems and, stress, I'm going to lose it. So thank you for staying open. We really appreciate it.
Exactly.
So it was really cool when people make those comments because, I mean, that's why we did it, right? That's why we do what we do. It's to get the response from the people. That's what makes us happy. That's what, makes us feel like, we're doing something good.
Awesome. Well, I mean, that's like, you're not just a pizzeria, you're therapy now. So
yeah. Food therapy.
You've become food therapy. Exactly. So, okay. So if I'm coming in, what's the go-to? I'm coming in, I've got one day in town. I can only order one thing, even though I'm not going to be full with just one. I might get more than one, but if I could only get one, what's the go-to?
So our most popular pizza is the spicy calabrese. because everyone in this area loves spicy. It's hot salami, banana peppers, and green olives, and tomato sauce. And it's got a kick, but man, it's so good.
Sticks with you. It's good.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Right on. And
So that's probably the popular one. Yeah, for sure.
And so you also said you do combine, in some cases you combine stuff that people aren't used to. So like what's like the unique one that you've got that if I just want to be like something I'm not going to see anywhere else?
So one of the pizzas that always throws people off when they see it, we do tuna, artichoke, and cherry tomatoes on the pizza.
Nice.
And yeah, it's a weird combination, but it's on the pizza, it's amazing. We do smoked provolone and mixed mushrooms. We do, so there's like a famous Roman pasta, which is called the matriciana. So it's pancetta, it's a little bit spicy, cheese, parmigiano. It's all delicious stuff. You know, it's one of the best pastas that you find in Rome. So we do that on a pizza. So we do different things that you don't typically see. It's not your green peppers and mushroom and pepperoni.
Right.
I mean, we have mushrooms and pepperoni and peppers, but yeah, we try to stay true to what this style of pizza is in back home, and we don't change that. We don't have pineapple. We don't have chicken. We don't have beef. You know, these things, you go to Rome and you say, oh, can I get some pizza? They're going to look at you like,
what are you
talking about? Get out of my pizzeria.
Exactly.
So
right.
Even though they might taste good to some people, you know, if that's what you like, by all means, go nuts. But you'll never find that here, that's for sure.
That's right. There's places that do that. Exactly. But yeah. That's you know, if people are going to come, they want something special. That's why you're in the top 15%. That's what got you there. That's what did it.
Yeah.
And now
do one thing, do it right.
That's it. So, okay, well, you know what? I think it's a lock that I'm going to be posting from your place by the end of this week. So we're going to meet each other in person. if you're there during the day in the next couple of days, I'm coming by.
Yeah.
And no, I appreciate you taking the time to chat with us. And honestly, if it tastes half as good as it sounds, forget how it looks, then I'm going to be all over it.
Nice. Sounds good. Look forward to it.
All right. I appreciate it, Rob. Thanks again. And
yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me.
No problem. We'll see you soon.
Okay. Take it easy.
Take care.